Hello, my name's Terry Nims with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the basics that you'll need when you're going out whitetail deer hunting. In Iowa, we have approximately 4 main seasons for deer hunting for the adults. We've got the archery season, a early muzzleloader season, shotgun season, and also a late muzzleloader season. One of the main things that you want to do prior to deer hunting is you want to scout the area that you're going to be hunting. You want to do this a couple weeks prior to actually hunting. So you've spent your time in the timber, you've located the bedding area where the deer are going to be bedding. You've located the trails on the way to where they're going to be feeding. Now it's time to locate a tree for a tree stand or a place to put a ground blind. Keep in mind, the deer are very keen when it comes to hearing. They've got a great vision, so they pick up movement. So whenever you're locating these areas or finding places to put your blind or your tree stand, you want to be able to camouflage yourself into that area as best as possible. The other thing to keep in mind, the number one defense mechanism that a whitetail deer has is their smell. So wherever you put your tree stand or your ground blind, you want to make sure that the deer are going to be upwind of you. Once those deer get downwind of you, they're going to smell you, they're going to whistle, they're going to take off, and the gig's up. One thing to keep in mind, during the archery season, you do not need to have blaze orange on the blind, but during the 2 shotgun deer seasons in December, you have to have 144 square inches of visible blaze orange on all sides of your blind. So that's a 12 by 12 patch of blaze orange that can be visible all the way around the blind during the shotgun deer seasons in December. So predominantly in Iowa, we have a west wind, northwest wind, southwest wind. So you want to set up your blind or your tree stand, all right, east of where that bedding area is. So as those deer are approaching your blind or your tree stand, they're going to be upwind of you and they cannot smell you. Once you've got all that accomplished, now you're ready for the hunt, whether you're archery hunting or shotgun hunting. Some of the equipment that you will need when you get into that tree or into that blind, one of the number one things that you can have as a deer hunter is a rangefinder, especially if you are archery hunting, so you know exactly how far away that deer is when you go to take the shot. Same thing with shotguns. You know what your gun's capable of, you know what you're capable of. You need to know how far away that deer is, if it's close enough to shoot or if it's too far away to shoot. With that, all the tools that you're going to take with you, just a camouflage backpack. All right, and I'm going to show you a few of the things that I carry with me. Other than the rangefinder, I will carry a grunt tube. All right, kind of a deer attractant. If you're out hunting bucks, you can grunt at them, get them to turn, work their way toward you, look for that deer that's making that noise. One of the other things that I always carry with me are a set of rattling horns that you can kink together, simulate 2 bucks fighting, and that will bring those deer looking for you as well. Some of the other things that you can have in the backpack is you want to have your gloves for, hopefully once you've harvested the whitetail deer, you got the gloves for the cleaning, you got your knives, you got your bone saws and so forth like that. Little hooks to put into trees to hang some of your equipment off of. And these are the gloves that I carry for the cleaning process. All right, they're orange, they're great big, come all the way up to your shoulder. That way when you're done, everything comes off and you're clean. One of the other handy things to carry in your backpack is water. You never know if you have an issue with cleaning the deer or you cut yourself or whatever. It's just a quick way to rinse out the cut, rinse some of the mud, the muck, maybe potentially the blood off of your skin. With that being said, you've got all that, you're getting ready to hunt. When do we want to hunt whitetail deer? Typically, the whitetail deer are going to move those first 2 to 3 hours in the morning, and then that last 2 to 3 hours in the evening. So you want to get in that tree stand or in your blind about a half hour prior to this, the season opening up, all right, which is a half hour before sunrise. And then in the afternoon, you want to get there probably 3 hours prior to the sun setting and the season ending in the afternoon. Now, during the rut, when the bucks are chasing the does and are actively moving around all day long, you can sit in your tree stand or your blind and see deer all day long. All right, so the rut typically happens late October through about the middle part of November. And during that period of time, if you are a bow hunter and you can get out there, I advise you spend the entire day out there if you can, because you're consistently going to see those deer moving. All right, it's just not a feeding in the morning and a feeding in the evening deal. It's a constant movement throughout the day. The next step that we got to look at, you've been out there, you know when to hunt, you know where to go, you got everything's good. The next concern we have is being safe once you get out there. If you are archery hunting, there is no blaze orange requirement, so you do not have to wear blaze orange. All camouflage is good. But if you're going to be hunting out of a tree stand, whenever you're climbing the tree stand, make sure that you always have 3 points of contact with the stand, with the ladder. Make sure that you're using a haul line to get your equipment up and down from the tree. Once you get into the tree, make sure that you are using a safety harness for that incident where you fall out of the tree. You're going to be able to be caught by that safety harness. The other aspect of safety when it comes to deer hunting, when we get into the shotgun seasons and the muzzleloader seasons, it is a requirement in Iowa that you have solid blaze orange that covers your torso. All right, that can be a sweater, sweatshirt, vest, coveralls, but it's got to be solid blaze orange, something similar to this. The more orange that you can have on, the easier it is for the other hunters that are going to be able to see you when you're out there. So the more orange that you can have on, the better off you're going to be. A blaze orange cap is not enough for the shotgun and the muzzleloader deer seasons. All right, it's got to be something that covers your torso. One of the other safety aspects of deer hunting is to identify your target and to know what is in front of your target and what is beyond your target. Once you let that arrow go, you let that round go down range at that deer, you need to know what's beyond it. If you don't know what's beyond that, there could be a highway, there could be houses, there could be other hunters. So you always want to make sure you got a good backdrop whenever you pull that trigger. You've had a successful hunt, you have shot your deer, you've blood trailed it, you've located that deer. The next thing that you need to do is, once you get to that deer, is you are going to use your deer tag, and you have within 15 minutes of finding that deer or prior to moving it, whichever comes first, of putting the transportation tag on the deer. A lot of times you get a little excited if it's a great big buck or it's your first deer. So my advice is, the first thing you do once you get to that deer and it is dead, that you want to make sure that you put your transportation tag on it. Okay, this is a copy of a deer tag. The bottom portion here is the transportation tag portion. The top portion is going to be the confirmation. All right, so you get to the deer. Today is December 5th. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your knife. You're going to find the letter down here for December. You're going to put a notch on the D. You're going to come over to the 5th. You're going to put a notch on that 5th. Once you have done that, you're going to take the tag, you're going to peel that transportation tag portion off, and if it is an antlered deer, you're going to go ahead and wrap it around the antlers just like that. Okay, so now if an officer stops you, they can read all the pertinent information that is on that tag. If it's a doe that you've harvested, go ahead and you can do the same thing around one of the legs. So now that you have done that, you can go ahead, you can get that deer field dressed, you can get it drug out and get it home. All right, you have within midnight of the following night to go ahead and fill out the confirmation information. Okay, you can do it on the computer. All the information is right here on the tag itself, or you can call an 800 number. You follow the information on there. They're going to give you a confirmation number, and you're going to write that with a pen right in this box right here. Once that's done, I've written that information in there. This tag is going to be peeled off as well, and that's going to be attached to the deer as well on the leg or the antlers. Just like that. And once you've done that, your hunt is completely over. It's been a success. You're safe. You've harvested a deer, and we'll see you in the field.